Welcome back. Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about the modeling spoon. It's a tool that I use quite a bit, and the tool that I use I've modified. So I thought I'd talk about how it's modified. This one is stock. You can get it in a few places. This one is my modified one. I wanted it a little bit bigger, so I put another layer of shrink tubing on it. What I'm saying here on these two also go with the Tandy model or any of those. The only difference is those have a chrome plating on them. These are completely stainless steel. These just take a little bit less work because you don't have to polish the difference between the stainless and the between the chrome and the base metal to get a nice smooth juncture. To modify these, there's a couple ways you can go about it. You can go about it with a stone. This is just a probably 600 or 800 grit stone that was on one of my sharpening holders that broke. So I just use it now for sharpening and, taking care of things if I have to. It works real good. There's no need to have a fancy diamond stone or anything. If you don't even have a sharpening stone, here is some 800 grit sandpaper followed by some 1500 grit sandpaper. You could take a little bit of painter's tape, tape it down on both sides, and you'd be able to start with the 800 grit and then go to the 1400 grit or 15 and then follow up with a strop board to give it the final polish. I'm going to use my stone. This tool has not been modified at all, and I'm going to show you how I would go about doing it, and then I will show you the results of this stock one versus the modified. So what I would do is just come in, lean it up here so that I'm taking down that thick edge, and I would just draw it and lift it up as I'm going. To start cutting that edge down because it's real thick. And this may take a little bit. And then I would go to the other side, lean it the other way up, and draw it back. And this is going to help bring down the edge. If you can see, the edge is pretty thick here. So there's quite a bit of material we're going to have to take off. And you can see where I've started to cut it on both sides and how it comes up to the point. I would continue that, and what I try to do is get it back to this point, because farther back it's real hard to get a sharp point. And usually when I'm tooling and marking, I'm usually up in this point. Very rarely do I use this back section. So once I've got this close, then what I can do is start rocking it this way and going forwards, and I'm rocking it back and forth. Kind of like sharpening a knife. And you can see how it's starting to smooth that edge down. You can also come in, draw it up, and that will help take it down. This does take a little bit of time to do it. And you will see the edge start to narrow up. Okay? You can see right... Oop, wrong side. Helps if I show you the right one, don't it? You can see it starts to narrow up here, and you get a nice fine point. Once I get the sides thinned down, then I will come in with the strop, draw it up, and I'm just going to draw it over. You want this edge to be right on the edge of being sharp, because then you're just going to polish it just a little bit to break that edge, because you don't want it to cut. So you can go like that. You can also do this. And this part really doesn't take that long, because you can see we're starting to bring up a polish already. What we're going to do now is we're going to look at some pictures under the microscope of what this actually does. The nice thing is I can use the point almost like a lifter, because it'll cut, but then when I draw on the side, I am almost cutting, so I can use it to work with feathers. I can use it to work with any place I want. Just leave a very fine mark in the leather. That works wonderful. Plus, with it polished, it works a little bit better when I'm smoothing things out. Now we're looking at some microscope pictures. The stock modeling spoon is on the left, and the modified is on the right. By looking at the reflection, you can see the difference between the stock and the modified. The modified edge is very much narrow, almost a razor knife's edge that I've just blunted a hair. This is what I call the right side of the spoon. Here is the left side again. You can see how much we've taken off of that edge to give us that nice scribing edge, the thinness. You can look at the point. We've got it thinner where I can actually almost do pedal lifting. Here you can see the point, and if you look at the point of the left one, you can see how much thicker that point is than compared to the right hand. And these pictures under the microscope make the right look dull. Trust me, it's not dull. On the bottom, you'll see the difference in the polish. The left is stock, and you can see how it's, not mirror polished. Then you look at the one on the right, you can see how the reflection is nice and crisp. On the bottom, this is just a bottom view to show you. On the left, you can see how it's looks like an orange peel almost, and you can see the scrape marks. When you're using on leather, you can actually feel the difference. So the difference is actually pretty noticeable, because it drags a little bit. It's not as smooth. For all of these reasons, I feel that the time spent on modifying them is worth it. Thank you for joining me. Have a blessed day and happy tooling.